Just a moment. It's coming. Yeah, starting. Okay, perfect. Welcome to everybody. We are at the fifth meeting of this training multiplier event of the European project PEARL about the proximal education and emotion in early education. And today is maybe the most important day for our for the teacher interested in piloting and continuing this experience. And we will talk about 4 aspects. The first one is concerning the structure of the piloting, what is going to happen in the classroom. And it will be held by Mariam Blanco. Thank you very much for being here, by the region Castilla y León in Spain. The second one will be about the activities, and we have here Inga. She will explain the activity to everyone from Lithuania, but thank you, Jurgita, because I always please the responsible person for this. And the third one is concerning the assessment and evaluation. And you will get very, very interesting hints by Ezra and Aisel from Gazi University. And the last one, how to join the network and the platform and what we're going to do and to manage it on the website. So without any longer delay, I will give the word to our first intervention by Mariam Blanco. And Mariam, if you want to share.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm going to start. I'm going to share the Are you already seen my screen?
Perfect, Mariam.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going quickly to the first part. As all of you know from this all these sessions we hold on the last weeks, the main aim of the project is to validate a new inclusive and educational model for creating empathetic and emotional proximal learning environment based on group activities. And the main experimental hypothesis is that an inclusive and empathic and emotional proximal learning environment can be fostered and increased by using natural elements and educational robots. We have that hypothesis. And I'm going to explain the structure for the piloting, for this piloting we are going to run on the next weeks. Okay, we have initially identified all these years, but we are going to be centered on the 3, 4, and 5, 6 years old children. With these children, are you watching my screen? Because myself is not watching it properly.
Yes, Mariam, there is only one something to underline, that this structure is going to introduce to you in order to facilitate those schools that want to participate to the second piloting phase. And the second piloting phase, from which we will collect the data. And the data is very important for the white book and for the scientific results of the project, will be targeted on activities concerning 3, 4 years old children and 5, 6 years old children. That's all, only clarification about it. So go forward, it's very clear, and we got your image on the right and the slides on the left. Perfect.
Okay. And for the 3-4 years old, the aim of this piloting is observing how developing of educational emotions and an empathetic proximal learning environment supported by the use of a robot that is a Clementoni robot. We use it as an engaging tool that we think it accelerates. This is the hypothesis. In the hypothesis, using a robot accelerates the educational processes and also influence inclusive processes and communication among children. And the experimental activity, you will see that is a challenge for the pupils. So through the activity, you will also observe their reactions, either positive or negative, related with frustration or with happiness or any other educational emotion. And you will observe how it influences in the communication and inclusive strategies in the group. The experimental hypothesis for the 3-4 years old is that a robot used in a small group, about 4 or 5 participants per group, will facilitate the development of educational emotions and also foster a proximal learning environment. This is the hypothesis. So with that hypothesis, we will have 2 experimental groups. One will be without robot, that is the control group, and the experimental group is the group with a robot. On these 2 groups, the teachers will assign roles to the pupils. You will see what the roles are when you have the detailed description of each activity. And in the experimental group, that is the one using a robot, there should be a child with a disability, because it will allow observing also about the inclusion and exclusion dynamics within the group, implemented by the children on their work, on the development of the activity. And the sessions should be taken separated from the big group, in order to avoid the interference of the big group and also the noises when they are in the same room. You have to video record the sessions, because it will later facilitate the observation for analyzing all that happened between when the activity is being developed. And the observation, GAS University provided an assessing questionnaire that you have to fill in. It's very simple, and that is why we ask you to video record the session, because you will need to pay attention to each of the child. If you have 5 children in the group, you will have to fill in 1 questionnaire for each child. But it's not difficult for you as teachers, because you know your children, and it's only to pay attention and to observe the different items that are already described. Questionnaires will be on your native language, so you don't need to fill in English unless you want. You can do also, but in all countries we will have in native languages. This is for the 3-4 years old, and it's quite like the same in the 5-6 years old activities. The experimental design is like the same. We are also going to use a Clementoni robot as a tool for accelerating the educational processes, and that can also influence communication and inclusion in the group. The aim is to observe also the development of educational emotions and how an empathetic learning environment is created, supported by the use of the robot. In the 5-6 years old, the activity is also a challenge for the pupils, for the group, and you will see you can also include some initial coding in the activity, and the experimental hypothesis of this 5-6 years old group is that the robot used in a small group with certain activities, that is, activities that are a challenge for the pupils, facilitates the development of the educational emotions and also fosters a proximal learning environment. The hypotheses are similar in both of these groups. And as in the other group, there will be also 2 experimental groups, because one will be the one control group, that is a group running the activity without a robot, and then the experimental group, that is a group of 5 children running the activity by using a robot. The teacher as well will assign the roles to the pupils, and you will see what the roles are in the detailed description of the activity. And also, as in the other activity, the experimental group, that is the one that is using the robot, should include a child with a disability in order to also have the possibility of observing the inclusion or exclusion dynamics implemented by the children within the group. The session will take place also for the same reasons in a separated environment, so we can avoid noises and the interference of the other classmates in the common room. And the session should be video recorded for later facilitating the observation and for you to analyze all that happened while running the activity. And also for the observation, Gassi University prepared a questionnaire for these ages, and you will have to fill in 1 questionnaire for each child. I think that's all for the...
Thank you very much, Mariam. And can you stop the slides? And let's put the gallery view. So is that everything clear at this stage? Do you need more information? If you want to ask an information, we're here to fill any kind of possible misunderstanding or to give you the possible information that we have. So if I don't hear anything, I still asking to someone to change their name and put the surname or the real name here, like Maria, Ornella, and Io. And therefore we go forward and we give the word to Inga.
Yes, I am here. And sorry for my camera, I think that needs to show like this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, perfect.
Perfect. So, good evening, everyone, and I will continue the presentation with activities. As we are going to experiment only with kids of 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, so I am going to skip the activity for 0, 2. Is it agreed? Because we not include this group into our pilot experiment. So for the kids 3 years old, it is prepared the activity, which has heading, as you can see, the title is Crazy Sentences. It means that during this activity, the children will construct crazy sentences. And as always, teacher, before the activity, each teacher should or even must think about all the materials or the environment she or he needs to prepare in order to implement it effectively and efficiently. So, as you know, I hope that you already had the chance to look at the descriptions of activities. All of them are translated into your native languages. So you will analyze it, and you can see everything what will be presented right now during my presentation. So, as the structure of the experiment is to play with kids without robot and with a robot, it means that different materials will be needed, some kind of different materials. First of all, we will start with the activity for group playing without a robot. And for this, in order to describe it, let's say, more properly, I am going to open the document, which I think you already also had the chance to look at it. So, what teachers need to think about? What kind of materials to prepare? And here you need to prepare or have geometric figures, yeah, which are representing either using different colors or even different forms of it, and also sheet of paper or mat, carpet on which you are going to put all these cards. And it's recommended to add to it a Velcro in order to keep it without just missing something, in order not to miss anything. And here each color will represent the part of the sentence. For example, yellow can represent the article, red can represent the subject, blue the action, green, let's say, the predicate and complements, and so on and so forth. But here for 3 and 4 sentences, we are proposing to use these simple structures of sentences to create. And then you need also cards which are representing with pictures. All these articles, subjects, actions, and predicates or complements. In order to children be able to choose, we suggest to have 2 boxes, one for cards with images, and the second one for geometric figures. Yeah, and also this sheet of or panel with Velcro strip in order to put all these cards and geometric figures together on it. Okay. Also, for the play without robot, you just avoid this part, but keep in mind that during the activities, the children will be asked to construct something like that. It means to put subject, verb, and predicate using geometric figures and also the pictures provided to them. For the evaluation, we have this kind of blank table with prepared in advance with happy faces. So after finishing the activity, children who will be responsible for the evaluation, how we did it, will put a happy face on this blank table. So you step by step fill in this table with happy faces. The preparation of what you need to do is described in the activities. I'm not going to talk about it, but I am going to emphasize the role assignment. For each of for each member within the group, you will need to assign the particular role. Here in this activity, as we have within a group 5 kids, so it means there are 5 rules to be assigned with when the children will be playing without robot and with robot. So These roles are broadcaster, actor, custodian, coach, and referee. So at the beginning of the activity, yeah, a children who has the medal with the broadcaster and let's say, he or she proposed the sentence to build. So the teacher will ask, okay, can you now state the statement we need to create? Okay, and she or he says the sentence. Then will read, this girl or boy, the sentence written with images and geometric figures, and remind the task to the group. Then the actor take his or her turn and will attach the color to the geometrical shape in the second Velcro. Okay. Custodian will ensure the order and that everyone is respecting each other and avoiding some fights or other not very, or even noise in some cases, and showing that, okay, it's not the right way we are doing right now. So it's all it, and he or she also put happy faces on our blank table, which was represented previously. Then the children with the coach role will decide who should answer. Just she or he will be asking another person in a group to continue and decide who will say this is correct sentence or incorrect. And then the referee will decide whether the result is fine or not. So, and then after finishing the activity, after putting these happy faces, and a happy face on a blank table, you can start another game. So let's start to create another sentence. Let's use our cards from the box. And again, we repeat the process or the activity from the beginning as it was discussed. So this is the representation of activity without groups, without a robot. And as you can see here, we have a Velcro with two Velcros to the carpet, or a panel with two Velcro strips, and also these cards with pictures and cards with in different colors. And for the sake of simplicity, we can, it depends on group you are working with. You can put these geometric figures just of the same form, or you can make it more difficult for children and provide in different forms. It's up to you. And these are our medals. It's just an example. You can create your own, be creative. And each of them needs to have something to show that this person, this kid is responsible for this or that. So it's broadcaster, custodian, or referee. So is it clear? Or if I need to emphasize something else, let me know.
I don't know, for us, it's very clear for us, but we are us.
Yeah.
That's us to the teachers.
Yeah, yeah, teachers. What do you think? Have you ever seen the description of the activity? Please.
Stop sharing for a while and let's see teachers' faces. You can guess the emotions from the images. Okay, let's see the faces. I see smiling, but it's a picture, Melissa.
Yeah, it's just a picture. So
Saida, I see you very, very thoughtful.
Okay, and here we have only one. Okay, no questions still. So
Paulina,
maybe.
what do you think, Paulina? You look Lithuanian from the surname. In the dark, okay.
Okay, So let's continue then, okay?
Okay, continue.
Share. And now let's continue with the activity when the children will play with the robot. So some parts of preparation are the same, as you can see this panel, these rules, but for the play with a robot, you need to prepare two things more. It is not huge, but quite big carpet with these boxes and pictures inside, and also a robot the children will going to play with. Yeah, and here you will start, you will have the start position, so it's written you need to start here, and children will always start from this place, and then will create using the robot this sentence which is created here on the right. Yeah, so it means the pig is singing or sings a lot. So from starting here, we need to say for this robot or tell this robot to go, first of all, to go to the pig. Pig is here. Then sings. Where is the singing? Sings is here, the picture which is representing it, and a lot, it's here. So it depends how children will move, or so, but we never can go like that. So it's better to just to show them, okay, that you need to follow this straightforward, just going from one box to another using these right corners. Let's say it means not going straight forward to this place, but because we are 3-4 years children, so we'll do this, but it's better to show that, okay, you need to just follow each box step by step. Okay. And what else? Okay, if it happens that children stops, let's say at this box which has a lift, something like, okay, it doesn't work at this moment. Okay, at this box where you put the how we call this in English, this sheet of paper, yeah, you just put it aside, and you will find, for example, applause everyone. So the children need to activate during the activity and just applause each other. And then after creating this sentence, again, using children with a child with particular role will evaluate how they performed, how everything went, and put on this blank table the happy face. Okay. So this is the description of the activity for the group with robot. If anyone wants to add anything or just ask a question, let's share our ideas or remarks. So we are open to it.
I like crazy sentences.
Yeah, it's really very interesting, and children like to play it. Yeah, like playing it.
Of course, we have to say that this is a starting point. It is necessary for getting wider scientific results for what we have found out. The very interesting things when you will apply this activity is you will see the change. You will see the changes among children and everything, how they will move, dialogue, and concerning the activities. So it's very, very important how we focus the activities, and thanks to the partner that we have been able to provide them. Those selected are only some, but there are more, of course. And you can, if you want later on, also increase the number of activities proposing some of yours. Thank you, Inga.
Okay, so let's move into the next activity, which is constructed for 5-6 years old children. And this activity has its name. The secret is in the numbers friends. So it means we are going to play with numbers. And for this activity, the main idea is to have a set of cards. Yeah, and when we are playing without robot and again with a robot, so it means we will have some slight differences, but they are really very similar to show to the activity, to the idea discussed previously. So it means that during the activity with a group without robot, you will play with cards and will try to construct or to see how many possible ways you can do for the chosen card. So it means, for example, you have a card with which consists of two dragons. Let's say, yeah, maybe it's not dragon, crocodiles. For two crocodiles. So how we can make up this number 2? And you can see here is only one possibility. Just take one card with one crocodile and the second card only with one crocodile. But if you take the card with 4 crocodiles, there are more possibilities how we can create the number 4, or how many ways we can, in how many ways we can arrange the numbers in order to have the sum of them 4. So it means that you have the one possibility, just 3 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 3, just different places. But again, if you choose only the first card 1, so you need to think what are other possibilities. And for example, it could be that here you can put 1 1 1 1, even like this, or 1 1 1 and 1 1 and 2. It's up let's say it depends on children imagination, also on their skills, because what we saw from previous experiment in Lithuania, that there is really huge difference between a group of children of 5 years old and 6 years old. 5 years old children still more they struggled more during this activity. They needed more help from the teacher, but children of 6 years old, they did it quite easily, and they were involved more, engaged more deeper, because they also calculating very well, and they just interested in showing others actively how to do it in different ways. So it's really a very encouraging activity. Also, you can give not only the card, let's say, when you have the numbers or card, but also provide other pictures. For example, here you have a hand of 5, yeah, 5 fingers. So again, the question is, in how many ways to find as many as we can, yeah, how we can construct this number 5. And there are some examples given. As in the previous activity, here we have the same structure. We have roles, which are the same, and also the evaluation tool, which is the same, the blanket table and the happy faces. When we are playing with a group with a robot, as the robot is moving from box to box, and we need a mat or a carpet prepared in advance, also the robot, and some extra, let's say, activities in order to have this eureka, how to say, feeling or emotion. Yeah. So if we stop, let's say here, we need to do something like that, just to add all our hands on each other hand. And also there are different ways how we can move and construct each pair or each set, which makes the number provided at the beginning of the activity. Okay, and And what I would like to mention, what I didn't do before, is about the roles for the children playing with a robot. It means that I am moving down and would like to show these medals, these carpets, what we need to be prepared for it, and roles. Just a minute, there are a lot of examples in the description, and in case you will need explanation, or just you need to clarify for yourself, always return to the description. And here we have again 5 roles: a broadcaster, actor, custodian, and coach and referee. And what is the change that when you'll be playing with a robot, so we are letting one child to control or navigate the robot. So it means that the broadcaster shows the card and says what it is, and if needed, he or she reminds what we need to do at the end or for this task. And actor will then press the buttons on the robot and do everything in order to finish the activity. Of course, custodian, coach, and referee has their own responsibilities, and for example, coach also decides who should answer, in how many ways, or what is the first option to choose in order to make up this number from other numbers. Yeah, and then the custodian will ensure that everyone is playing properly and not disturbing in an appropriate way others. And the referee will decide whether the result is fine or not, and if not, so he will ask the group to rethink and to construct in another way if in case an incorrect solution. And I think that's it. Yeah, and in order to play with or use these activities in an efficient way, for the group of 3-4 years old, the same as for 5-6 years old, it's recommended just think or even try with other kids. Make for yourself the first experiment how everything is going on. Maybe you will notice something, how to improve the activity in order to perform during the pilot experiment in your group, with your group within the experiment more smoothly. So it means that all this preparation material, but also the procedure, how we are going to work, sometimes it's really worth to try it in advance, but not with the same children, of course. It's just the practice we learned before our experimentation. And also it's recommended that children would be familiar with all the cards, so that they are not new for them, but we just had the chance to look at them, to play with them, and to know what does it mean in each picture, that there are a lot of not many how to say these logos, I don't know, a lot of bubbles or something like that. It just means a lot, the meaning of this card, not bubbles or something like that. So it's always recommended to know that children understand what they need to do, and also they know what each detail in the material is needed for. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you. Stop sharing the slides,
Thank you.
please. Good. Okay, thank you. So, of course, this material can be downloadable. You will receive the link, the cards can be cutted, the platform can be copied, and everything will be available. All the material that you see today will be sent to you by email in a pack in order that you have it easily. But you can refer to your national coordinator for Lithuania, and you will receive information by Jurgita, from Spain, Marian Blanco, from Italy, us, me and Elena, and from Turkey, Ezra and Aysel. And they have your own email address that can contact you and to see how to proceed in this piloting. So I will give the word to our Master of Assessment. That was really, really beautiful research. They made amazing methodology they created for this project, because it's difficult to create a scientific assessment methodology. And they will not go into detail about the methodology. You will be the pleasure to read the white book with all the introduction. But today, Aysel from Gazi University, she will show you the questionnaire, how to analyze and what to observe and which perspective you have to look for in order to get a proper similar results in all the countries. Because what is important in scientific, even if we are just starting this process, and probably we will get 10% of our aims, but this is already enough, because science go forward through mistakes, through try. If you don't try, you'll never get. So I really want to thank you, Ezra and Aysel, for this wonderful work. And I let them to introduce to you the assessment methodology, but the questionnaire and the perspective.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I share?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
You can see it.
All right. So this is the assessment methodology. As Stefano mentioned, we are not going to discuss the detail of how did we develop the assessment methodology, which we actually presented on the fourth training session anyway already. So let's see. Okay. So for this second part of the project, we have we will implement the activities for 3 and 4 years old children and 5 to 6 years old children, and we have two different groups for in each age group, one control, one experimental group, and so we have separate per child observation forms for each groups. We have a form for 3-4 years old group of children with educational robots. Again, similarly for we have observation form for the group of children, 3-4 years old group of children without educational robots, and then the same for the 5 and 6 years old. So we have actually you will have total of 4 different types of observation forms. Okay. I will show you the forms, but just from the beginning, I'd like to make some points. In the forms, there are different items based on whether it's control or experimental groups, and the items are made of sentences indicating different types of behaviors that the children might display or not. And these items or these sentences indicate, some of them indicate positive type of behaviors, for example, sharing an idea with a friend or helping a friend, or smiling, or being engaged in the activity. And some of them are undesirable type of behaviors, for example, getting angry during the activity when the child has faced a challenge, or or disrupting the group behavior, or crying if can't succeed the goal of the activity. So different types of items indicating positive or negative type of behaviors that the children might display. And for each of the items, we have a rating of from 0 to 10. Likert type of rating, this is called. And if the item, if a child did display a behavior that is indicating in the item, you will need to rate that behavior from 0 to 10. 0 means the child did not display that behavior. So if the child has not show, for example, anger, you will say 0. But if the child shows anger when the child faces a challenge, and you will need to rate from 1 to 10, and this will depend on how frequently or how strongly the child showed that behavior. Depending on your judgment, you will say, for example, 6 or 10 maybe. So this is important. If the child doesn't display a behavior or the behavior is irrelevant for that activity, for that situation, you will rate it as 0. And if the behavior is displayed, depending on the degree or frequency, you will rate it from 1 to 10. 1 meaning minimum, 10 meaning maximum degree or intensity frequency. For each observation form, you will have a description of the form, what it is intended to measure and how it's going to be measured and what kind of information are needed. You will, as Inga or Marian, I remember, mentioned that you will fill out an observation form for each single child. So you need to indicate what country is the child from, Italy or Turkey or Spain or Lithuania, and also the child's age as in months, and then the name of the expert who is going to fill out observation. In this case, it's you, so you will need to write your name in the form. So let's look at briefly about to the forms. This is an example of and as Marian mentioned, you will have these forms in your own native language, but for this presentation, we will display the forms for all of us in English. So the child observation form for 3 to 4 years old children working without robot in group, as you see, you will have 40 items, and some of them are, as I said before, some of them are negative items. For example, he or she leaves the game when he gets angry. And you will have 0 to 10 ratings here. Let me show this here. So depending on the, you need to read each sentence, and you will rate the child per child based on not your general observation of the child throughout the semester, but based on your observation of the child during that activity specifically. A child could be getting angry or disruptive in general in your classroom as a general attitude. He could be an angry child, but this is not where you are going to rate the child. This observation form is not for evaluating the child in general, but his or her behavior during that activity only. This is important. Being able to do that, it's again important to video record the activity while you are implementing the activity. And then after that, watching the video and reading the observation form and filling out separately for each child. Otherwise, you may forget some of the details and you may misrate a child in each form. So this is the 3-4 years old form for 3-4 years old child without the group, without the robot. And this is the same age group children working in group with robot. And let's see, we have more items here, 45 items, as you see. And filling out the observation is same. So the same rules, same structure. I will just show you the whole observation forms. This is for the 5 to 6 year old children working in group with without robots. There are 46 items because the age level is different, and so the developmental level is different. So there are even more items than the 3 to 4 years old. And this is the final form that is for 5 to 6 year old children working in group with robots. And there are 51 items in this form. Again, the main logic is the same. So let's stop the share, and then if
just
you have
something to add.
Sure.
There's no need to provide the names of the children, and not even the school. It is totally anonymous, and you can, in order to keep track of who is doing what, you can give, like we did, a number to every child, and also to have a separate document for yourself only as a teacher with the reference to this kid and the number. And just to keep on, just to clarify about the video, because it's something that maybe it can be confusing. You can make, it doesn't mean that it has to be professional, this video, and it's only for you. If you want to share with your national coordinator in order to discuss, feel free to do it. But you can keep it on your smartphone. It can be done with the smartphone. It can be, it's up to you. Refer to your national coordinator. And also, the questionnaires are provided in national languages. So all the material will be available, and your coordinator will send it to you and organize everything. So don't worry about it. You do not fill up a questionnaire in English language. Maybe for some of you, it can be very difficult. And all the partner will send it to me in national language. We will prepare a special place on the platform. Anyway, you can download this instruction, and this video is available on the platform, so you can review it as many times as you want. Thank you. Go on, Isa.
You're welcome. Actually, I'm done. If you want me to mention anything else, I can go on.
No, it's wonderful. All the part concerning pedagogy will be available on the white book. So it will be distributed to all the people that have been subscribing this training course at this moment. And maybe we can have more results during the multiplier event in Ankara. And we will, with pleasure, will come to participate in this multiplier event. We will have to decide exactly when in order to prepare. So thank you, Isa. That was very clear. And well, I admit I saw many assessment methodology and questionnaire, and there has been, of course, a common work on it. But it's very clear, very simple, very effective. And whenever you will observe the children acting, moving, dialoguing, including or excluding during the activities, you will find immediately where and how to measure the scale of attitude. And this is quite important for all of us. Thank you very much, Ezra and Isa. I know that you've been working very hard on that, and it's an honor for us to.
Thank you very much.
No, it's, you know, there's a mutual really appreciation for what we are doing in this project, because we are exploring a new field of pedagogy, and we are opening the way to a different perspective of children's attitude in group with some activity, with robots, without robots, because the interaction changes completely. If I can tell you, try it, pilot it, follow the instruction, get in contact with the national coordinator, because the results are so incredible that you'll be surprised, like we have been surprised when it happened to us. I don't know, Mariam, you also has a very, very nice experience in a couple of minutes to share, because we've been discussing a lot about it. And was it interesting in Spain as well?
Yes, very, very much. And regarding the questionnaires, for the new teachers, the first time is not easy to observe. You will to review the video and so on. But once you do it once, you will see very interesting information for you as a teacher. So you will enjoy dedicating that time to observe and to analyze what's happening in the group.
Very interesting.
And you will have the support of the national coordinator, so if you have some doubts.
Okay, and this is very important. We have created a common network chat, but we also have created local national discussion groups, so you can relate on that. And our friends from Lithuania, did you, Inga or Jurgita, if you want to say something about the experience, how was it? Why would you suggest to the teachers to test it, to try it? What did you notice?
First of all, I think we can look at this for different perspectives. First of all, it's really a great opportunity to teachers to see and to try something new, because these activities really are involving not only kids, but also the teachers. They are looking at their kids and just thinking, okay, how we are going to do that? And when they succeed or have the success, they really also enjoy all the process they have. So from this perspective, but also if we look from children's perspective, it's also the most important thing that they are learning both a lot of different things. First of all, these activities are not just for a joy, but also they incorporate some skills development, knowledge development, new experience, which is positively constructed. It means that they are playing in a group and they are behaving together in order to reach their common goal. Let's say to find all the possible way for one card, or to make a sentence. And sometimes this sentence they are created, let's say, is really, how to say, not realistic. For example, a wolf blows the tree, yes? And if we change the cards, we will get the tree, let's say, blows the wall, a wall. So it's something like a nonsense, but children, even from this, in this situation, they learn how to not punish or just to blame someone, but they enjoying even that. They laughing from it, they creating even more stories how it could happen, and so on and so forth. So their imagination is growing. So it's really, we noticed this. The teachers just told these stories, and it's really great. So that's our experience.
Inga, I admire your enthusiasm, your happiness, and I wonder, when did you finish kindergarten? Because you're really empathic so much in this level age. And we, sorry, we saw only your teeth during your explanation.
Oh my God, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. They were beautiful, don't worry. They were perfectly beautiful.
I just can't see myself. Sorry, I don't know why, but
No, don't worry, but we understood. I tried to come
Okay.
down to see if I could see anything more, but it was nice. No, it's okay.
That was our experience. Maybe Jurgita want to share or add something, so the floor is yours.
Otherwise, we go forward. Jurgita?
Genga, you talked, you said everything. Your emotions show that it's very interesting. Thank you.
I don't know. And so she said everything. So I'm going to tackle the last part of, just a second. Okay, the last part of this moment. Okay, I'm here ready. So I'm going to explain what and why it's so important to join this network. We will not, after this second phase of piloting, we will not end the project here. We will continue. We're already working out some ideas, how to experiment, how to improve it, and also to make it stronger, because all the partners are working out a lot of activities that will be also headed to those that you are piloting now, because those that have been chosen to be piloted by you, there are very few compared to all the other activities that the partners has produced during the time life of the project. So the network will be like an open space of sharing and participating to new experiences and new activities. Technology, but also pedagogy is evolving process. Day by day, there are some new hints, a new perspective. They are changing. We will try to follow any possible conscious and clever stream, not just to try because of trying, but just to enhance the level of awareness of the teachers, giving them more skills, giving them more competencies to share, and also to apply in order to improve the quality of the education, to change the school from the pillar, from the base. So we have been working out together a description, and I will ask to all the partners to translate it and send it to me in national language in order to have it available. Now the translation is only Google Translation, you see, but we will provide in also other languages. And we have prepared a page of introduction to this network. How to join it? It's open to everyone, teachers, pedagogists, psychologists, psychopedagogists, specialists, everyone related to early education, early childhood education, parents also, education institutions and so on. We want to create a community to share in order to foster children growth. Because children, they need to feel well at school with proper tools in order to give room to their identities, to create a real space of metacognitive where they learn to be happy to learn. So we have just defining on the page PROJE.org, and you will find the link Join PEAR Network. It's in the main page and you will see immediately. If you click on that, it's here, join our school network. And it's not only with school, but also persons can join it. So there is a module to download. Now I will open it for you and you will see it's not so far away from what you see. You will have it in national languages, so we will provide it in Spanish, Lithuanian, English, Italian, and Turkish language. That's person and institution. We are happy to host institution in this network, but also a personal join can be participating to this network, because there will be always behind an institution. But if it's not an institution, let's say you can write myself, and so on, and the contact person, telephone name and surname, a role, if there is any role, stamp if it's available, but also signature is okay. This one has to be uploaded in the application form here. I'll show you the application form. You see, it's a very simple document to fill. Surname, name, email, telephone. Why telephone? Not because we want your telephone. There will be total privacy about it. but because some teachers, as during experiences, we notice they are writing badly the email or some data. So if we got the telephone, we can contact them by other communication tools like WhatsApp, Viber, anything possible. The organization, if it's available, if not available, myself, kind of organization, public bodies, school, NGO, anything, role, play, address. Here is the address of the organization, of course, not the personal address. I will define it more properly. Are you aware of filling this mail? You are joining network, because some people they are not aware. Your mail will be added to Nobody Less Google group. What does it mean, Nobody Less? Because this network will be a part of a bigger network about pro-social values, and I will show you why. We have created in another wonderful European project with some partners here, and which is growing up with already 17 countries in the world, and those our 4 partners are into this network as well, and where we will promote a lot of activities about education, and you will see all of them afterwards. Then, if you fill up the document, you can upload it here and you'll be registered. This is me, I'm Stefano Cobello, the PROJE coordinator. And when you are here, every partner will have a look and we will see from which country you're coming from and we'll get in contact with you. So I want to come back, I'm sorry, to the previous page. I'm leaving the page, okay. We refer for the network to this page. And I want to show it to you because when you join the network, you join another bigger network. It's a charter of pro-social values. And this is important for us because the institution and the person join it, well, will be like a witness of a choice in the life to respect those items that we together have been choosing and promoting with thousand children and students and teachers. Peace as a goal for everyone to share by everyone, state of mind, an active search for a solution to conflicts, solidarity, tolerance, respect, equity, cooperation, mutual aid, gratitude, empathy, emotions, capacity to accept one's own emotion and those of the others, to know how to recognize state of mind without being overwhelmed. I mean, to control yourself, positive relationship, freedom, citizenship, multilingualism, communication, and care on the environment, and then place and so on. This is the main charter. You don't need to fill it because it's just for the member of Nobody Less Network. Just to give an idea of what was the result of this network, I am looking, there are ambassadors, there is a Nobody Less board, all the ambassadors, network description and so on, you can have a look at it. But also I want to share with you something very beautiful, and I hope you will like it. Let me say, if I can find, no, activities. Okay, I need to search activities. Okay. Okay. Look, you can find a lot of activities here, but school plastic-free movement, and this is one project, network structure, you will find Nobody Less school and students activities. I want to share this one with you because it's not symbolic, it's a real example of what happened in this project. This is a collection of about 1,200 pictures coming from different countries about pro-social values by children, teachers, kids, happy to join this network. And I'm pleased to show them to you because we have here Jurgita and Mariam and Ezra. She understands what also this. They were about robotics. You can see about games, concerts. You see music concerts, costume dancing. This is the board, the first board, when we decided we have Ushak, representative, North Macedonia, and so on. I will show you the board afterwards. There is also concerning nature. stories, old stories, pictures. And I can scroll down for, for half an hour without reaching the end of those activities undertaken by that project, wonderful project about pro-social values. So we decided, and it's also one of the European Commission aims, to reinforce, to enhance, and to increase this network in order to continue, because this PEAR project is a part, like a branch of pro-social value charter, because it creates a state of mind and improve the quality of education in our countries. And you can see there's so many activities and from different ages. That was very beautiful. Happiness, staying together. There is also some concerning, well, Shoah, Anna Frank, as you recognize, a lot of concerning about what happened in Europe. And this is a real value of our being together, of European project, is the common value of peace and solidarity. We are in a common family, and this is demonstrated by those activities undertaken only in one project. Just to give you, that was of course before the lockdown, and everything has been a little bit constrained during the lockdown, but I'm sure as soon as it will finish, we will continue and improve in the next activities and projects. So I want to show you another thing. Last thing says the board. Let's come up. The board is me as a president, but none of us is paid for this. It's a real voluntary network. We have from Bulgaria, Iglika Glova, Elena Mili, my colleague from Italy, secretary, Bojan Vasiliev from North Macedonia, Marina Vasilieva from Scotland, she is in Scotland now, Jurgita is national coordinator in Lithuania, and in Turkey we have two representatives from Uşak and our wonderful Ezra from Ezra Gazi University. Spain, we have Marian Blanco, Cancelleria de Educación. We have in Romania, Portugal, in Austria, Maciek from Poland, Ilaria from Switzerland, and Teftamala from Albania. Unfortunately, she has left us because of coronavirus, and we are in grief because we have lost our friend from Albania. We have in Argentina an Italian ruling 60 school, from India, Svati Popat, managing 500 Gandhian schools, from Siberia, managing a foundation for orphan disabled, Pyotr Termaev, from Moscow, Roman Kamarov, a psychologist in Moscow City University, and from Brazil, Raquel Passos, and she is fighting for equal opportunity in Brazil, and she's, well, really in the first line in these topics. And that's all as concerning, I don't know if you have any question. You're a very silent group indeed, and I feel a little bit lost, but maybe after me it's quite evident to be silent. I mean, I'm speaking too much, talking too much. And if you, we have 10 minutes for you if you want to share anything. And your time now. I did it very fast indeed. I tried to be very concise. So none of you, we can sing silent.
Can I say, I just want to say big thank you to our coordinators, Jurgita and Inga. Thank you very much. It's for your help, for your good words for us, and it will be very interesting to start all activities for the children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Renata. You stolen my words. I'm joining your thanks to Jurgita. I know she's overwhelmed by activities and tasks, but Inga and Jurgita, they are always every meeting they've been present, and this is really wonderful. I mean, they've been always here with us, and this partnership was really, really great indeed. So if you want to say any, Arne, if you want to say anything, was it interesting? Are you curious, not curious? I don't know you, because I see you moving and I say maybe she's a moving woman.
I came far from my family, my children running around. Well, actually, I experimented crazy sentences with my children on Monday, and tomorrow I'm going to do the test, the real one. So it was useful again to remember everything and wish me luck.
Good luck.
Actually, I'm very excited to join these projects. Thank you so much for opportunity. It's for me and my children. We're very happy and glad we can join you.
Thank you, Arne. Thank you. Arne or Arne? I don't know. It's
Arne.
Arne. Okay.
I would like to thank to the teachers, because without their voluntary work, we couldn't have done this. For us, it's our work to develop this project. And I would like to thank all the teachers, all of you that are joining this course also, for your work, voluntary work and so on. So thank you so much for running all the activities in your classrooms.
Yeah, I also adding our words on behalf also of Jurgita, because without teachers' willingness and the wish to share, to try to be honest, what was successful, what was not, we wouldn't be able to proceed. So in a really very good way with all the projects. So big thank for you.
Well,
That's true. And I also thank the teachers and the managers of the schools, because they are willing to be a part of this project. And some of them here, but in Turkey in Ramadan. And now it is time to eat something. Can you say something? Do you want to say something? Melissa?
Sure. At first, I can say thank you for this opportunity. Monday, I tried with my 2 group with robots. At first, I was so excited, and some of the participants are telling, I'm wondering if the kids see the robot, if they can broke and blah, 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 blah. And everything was so quiet. They give automatically turn to each other. It was really interesting because they just focus on the robot, and they just want to push to the right, left, and go on, go back, and okay. Everything was so nice. Then from that time, some activities come on my mind. So I can do this, I can add this. Everything, it was so good. And also the network park excited again. For me, I want to be some projects and to know what is going on in the world. For this part, I can say thank you.
Thank you.
well, you focused indeed exactly what happened in every country. You, in few words, you've been defining exactly what everyone noticed. The learning process, the will to learn, the experiment by children, it's perfect with the toy and a tool like this super doc or doc Clementoni robot. And Clementoni is a partner in this project as an observer. So they will look at all the feedback and so on, because they want to improve the quality of what they will produce. Not only to produce something for the market, attractive, but something useful. So, and this is quite important. And that's why we wanted the Clementoni Corporation into this project as a partner, official partner, in order not to waste the value of this project or the results of the project, in order that they can improve the quality of the life for other generation and also the industry, because we are not, education normally, it has seemed totally detached from the industrial system, but it isn't indeed. It's an industry education, because he needs proper tools, he needs proper pedagogy, he needs to give proper input to the society. And this is why well, we wanted we have been thinking about this project together. Melissa, thank you very much. It was really lovely.
Also, I want to add this. I think the main part of this project was the roles. I think I will use that role cards in some of the other activities, because kids liked it, to know what are their role in that small group. These are really useful materials, I think.
Oh, well, absolutely. I kiss where you walk. I have no more words than that. Elisa, thank you very much. But any activities you will be thinking, imagining, or changing, producing, we will be happy to host it and to upload it on the website. For all of you, if you have any ideas starting with what we produced and you want to announce it, get in contact with the national coordinator, and we will host your activities and share it with all the other teachers all over Europe. That would be great. Thank you very much to all of you. Then I don't know if you want to say anything else. I stop the live screening